welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and you don't know who I am, I'm Kinsey Jade. I also go by the Queen of Spiders here on the internet. And on Sundays, we always do a Me Time Musings where I do some skincare, mostly masking, and we talk about some beauty topics from the beauty community this past week. Now, today we are going to be diving back into the topic of KVD Vegan Beauty. I did not think I was going to be covering this topic again because I did do a completely dedicated video to it a couple weeks ago, but some updates have come out and they have me scratching my head a little bit. I'm not really sure what I think about this. We are also going to be talking today about the importance of using a sunscreen in your skincare regimen and the differences between chemical and mineral sunscreens, and also the amount of sunscreen that you will find in your cosmetics. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned and we will get started on some skincare right now. A quick disclaimer, as always, all of the opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone. They do not reflect on the company I work for, my employer, or anyone who is associated with me either personally or professionally. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the skincare. For today's skincare, we are going to be using the Bliss Pumpkin Powerhouse Mask. Now, I have been looking into this brand. It is new to me, but it is a cruelty-free brand that is sold at Target. I believe it is also sold at Ulta, but I got this specifically at Target. And this mask looks really interesting to me because it looks like a dupe of, I believe it's a Peter Thomas Roth pumpkin mask that I used to have people rave about all the time when I worked at Sephora, but of course Peter Thomas Roth is not cruelty-free, so I have never used it myself. Now, I was a little concerned because on the website I noticed that people were saying this has a very strong scent to it, and that it kind of smells like pumpkin spice. Now, I am allergic to cinnamon, so I was concerned about that, but I did try my very best to open it and smell it. This one, the one that I purchased in the store, it does not smell like it has cinnamon in it to me. I don't see cinnamon listed as any of the ingredients on here, and fragrance is actually one of the very last ingredients on the bottom of the box, so it's not high up there. Now, this mask does have an exfoliating compound to it. It is rice powder. It also has lemon peel powder. I don't know if that in itself is exfoliating or not, but that is what the actual mask looks like right there. It does say to apply a thick layer and leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes, then to exfoliate it into the skin and wash it off. Because it has rice powder in it, I'm not afraid to use it. It is a very light physical exfoliant. Seen a few people complain that this mask is burning to the skin. So far, I'm not experiencing any burning myself. It does say on the box that you might feel a slight tingling. I do feel that, but so far it's not burning. If it does start burning, I will take it off my skin immediately, and that's what you should do too if you ever experience any burning from a skincare or cosmetics product. So, we are going to go ahead and jump into our beauty topics of the day today, which are, starting us off, the explanation that KVD Vegan Beauty gave for their name. Now, they did this over on Instagram. It said it was one of their most commonly asked questions, and this is what their statement was. This is on the KVD Vegan Beauty Instagram. You can go check it out yourself. It says, what does KVD and KVD Vegan Beauty stand for? The KVD in our name, KVD Vegan Beauty, stands for our ethos and new manifesto. It does not stand for a person's initials. We believe in kindness, vegan beauty, and discovery, or vegan beauty plus discovery is actually how they have it phrased here, and doing good. Check out our manifesto. Now, I did try to find the manifesto, quote unquote, on their website. I didn't find anything specifically that linked to that, but I did go into their About Me's and to their FAQs to see if I could find it, but I didn't see anything that specifically said it was their manifesto, so I may have just missed it, but I didn't find that. Now, they also shared in the same post, what about the packaging? Is it going to change? Furthermore, what about the packaging design that we love? Is it still going to be cool? They said, we want to be earth-friendly first. In order to be eco-friendly, our existing inventory will sell through. So I guess that's why they haven't taken down, as of yesterday at least, to one of the close Sephora's to me, the Kat Von D logo off of the gondolas there. I have seen some things that say KVD Vegan Beauty, but most things said Kat Von D on them still, like the gondolas themselves and everything. So that hasn't been a formal change that I've seen, at least in the Sephora's near me. That doesn't mean that it hasn't happened elsewhere, but that's what I saw yesterday. They also said, as it pertains to packaging for new products, we believe that you'll love what's to come. We have an amazing, internationally award-winning creative and packaging team here at Kendo. So I do think they are going to go into some changes in the packaging. But let's just jump back to what they said the KVD stands for, because I don't think I reacted to that properly. This is again what they said. We believe in kindness, vegan beauty, plus discovery, and doing good. What? What does that even mean? Like, I understand that they have a mantra and they believe in veganism, and fully support that, fully support them offering vegan beauty options and being cruelty-free and being kind to the planet. But what is this whole plus discovery and doing good? Like, yes, doing good is great, but what's this plus discovery? I don't really know what that is meant to mean, but that's okay. Maybe I'm not meant to. It just had me scratching my head a little bit, and I thought it was kind of strange. So I think that's their way of keeping their current packaging and not having to change the name, so they can keep using their current packaging until they run out of it in an effort to be sustainable, which is good. But maybe that means that they'll change the name in the end of days. Like, they won't stay with this KVD Vegan Beauty. Maybe they'll change it to something else, but maybe not. Maybe they will stay with this brand. I just don't think that that manifesto necessarily makes sense for why you would keep that name. Like, you just base that name around said manifesto, I would think, or base the manifesto around already having those initials. Like, claiming that it doesn't have anything to do with someone's initials, I think is incorrect, but that's just me. That's just me. That's just my opinions, and that's what they're saying their manifesto is, so go with their opinion, not mine. Now, they also said in the same post that another one of their frequently asked questions is, are they keeping the formulas that people already love? And they say, yes, 100%. We're keeping our amazing award-winning formulas the same. You can count on us. Now, I do know some of their products have changed over the past couple of years. Some of the reds had carmine in them. Before it became a fully vegan brand, I think there was a change in part of one of the contour palettes, maybe. There was a color in there that had some animal byproduct of some variety to it. So there have been some changes in the formula of some items over the past, but they're keeping the current formula going forward. The final thing in their post says, are you discontinuing products because of this? And they said, no, we are not discontinuing any products because of the new brand. Announced in October 2019, we are discontinuing the Alchemist palette, Brow Struck Dimension Powder, Everlasting Glimmer Veil, and KVD Saint and Sinner perfume. So those were decisions already made before this decision to separate with Kat Von D took effect. Otherwise, they are not discontinuing any new products, they say, or any products that they already had. Now, I did go to their website, like I said, to see if I could find a manifesto, and I couldn't find the specific manifesto, but this is what their About Us says in the bottom of their web pages. Now, this might be different from the About Us section on the other part of the page, but this is like their liner notes at the bottom of their web page. About Us. If you want to know who KVD Vegan Beauty is, all you gotta do is look in the mirror. We're artistry for the people, by the people, powered by long-lasting, high-pigment, cruelty-free makeup. Born from a relentless pursuit of product perfection, our mission is to create hyper-performance vegan makeup so everyone can make compassionate choices without sacrificing bold, beautiful color and everlasting wear. Now, I agree 100% with that is what they do with their brand. I fully agree. And if they were to separate from Kat Von D just a little bit further and not keep up with this KVD Vegan Beauty name, I would probably go back to purchasing some of their products. But I just still feel like there hasn't been enough of a separation. And I think that this explanation in their new manifesto is just kind of reaching. Anyway, they go on to say, fuel your self-expression with award-winning lineup of waterproof liners, eye makeup, prismatic highlighters, vegan makeup brushes, and iconic liquid lipsticks that started the craze. KVD Vegan Beauty has rocked the beauty world with artistry-inspired makeup products that empower you to unleash your boldest self. Go ahead and break the beauty rules. We can't wait to see what you create. So I do like what they're doing with their brand. I just wish they would separate from her a little bit more. Anyway, it is probably about time that we wash the mask off of my face. We will come back, do some skincare, and talk about sunscreen in just a moment. Alright, so we are back from scrubbing the mask off of my skin. I do feel nicely exfoliated. If I did not mention this earlier, this is a physical exfoliating mask. It does have rice powder in it, which is a fairly gentle physical exfoliant, so I was okay with using this on my skin. But my face does feel very smooth now. I was feeling a little bit of a tingling sensation, maybe almost a burning toward the end of having the mask on, but I don't feel like it has greatly irritated my skin. I don't feel like it looks super red. I do feel like it's got a little bit of redness, but I was exfoliating it, so I was rubbing against it. But we are going to go ahead and do the rest of my skincare regimen real quick, and then we are going to talk some things about sunscreen. So to start us off, I am going to go ahead and do the Pixi Retinol Eye Cream. My thoughts on the Pumpkin Powerhouse mask from Bliss so far are positive. I did not think it had a particularly strong pumpkin spice smell, as people were saying. I think it just smelled like pumpkins, and it feels like it exfoliated nicely. Didn't give me too much irritation or anything like that. Now, I am a little bit sensitive to some citruses, and there is some lemon peel in there, so we'll see if that causes me any irritation going forward, but I did want to give it a try. But so far, I'm enjoying it. Next, we are going to do my Pixi Collagen and Retinol Serum. This is the daytime serum I use every single day. But I do have a new serum coming that I am looking forward to using very soon from The Ordinary, so that should be here sometime this week, and once it is, I plan to substitute it for this one at least a couple times a week. I'm thinking that it will be my new daytime serum. So let's go ahead and start talking about some skincare so we don't make this video an eon long. But while we're doing that, I am going to put on some Biossance Squalane and Rose Vegan Lip Balm. I got this yesterday at Sephora. That's what it looks like inside. I did dip into it last night before bed. It is very nourishing. and I like it a lot. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about sunscreen. There is a lot of misconception when it comes to sunscreen, and I did want to put some knowledge out there, at least from some reputable sources when it comes to sunscreen. Now there are two different types. There are mineral sunscreens. With that you will see zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. They go onto the skin and the minerals reflect the sun outward, blocking them from touching your face. Now those have been fairly widely discovered to be pretty decent and also safe, as the FDA has stated, for use on the skin. However, the other type of sunscreen, chemical sunscreens, have been causing a bit of an uproar over the past few years, and there are some claims even that they can be damaging to your skin because they kind of break down and tend to go into the skin. So those sunscreens include, or types of chemical sunscreens include, oxybenzone, avobenzone, octocrylene, and ecamsul, or ecamsul, I think is actually how it's pronounced. The ingredients oxybenzone, or the ingredient oxybenzone, has been found in breast milk, urine, and blood plasma. This is coming from an NPR article. I also have some articles pulled up from Harvard, just so they're fairly scholarly and not biased sources. I don't like to use my sunscreen information from cosmetics companies because I think they tend to be kind of biased toward their own particular sunscreens. But it has been published in May of 2019, is that correct? Yes, May of 2019, so fairly recently, that these were found to seep into users' skin. So that is a concern, and that is why I would personally suggest using a mineral component sunscreen versus a chemical component. Lots of professionals are saying that that is going to be your best bet as well. Now, there haven't been any real solid findings that the seeping into the skin so far has been damaging to humans, but it is a concern that we need to look further into, and the FDA has not claimed that these were safe products formally because of that. Now, with oxybenzone in particular, they have found that it has been systemically absorbed into users' skin and has been found in milk, urine, and blood plasma. Now, that is from the NPR article. However, from one of the Harvard articles that I have here, it says oxybenzone has received the worst press because of concerns that it may act as a known hormone disruptor. So with it being found in these bodily fluids, particularly in breast milk, and potentially being a hormone disruptor, it has caused some concern. Thus, mineral sunscreens tend to be the way that people are leaning nowadays because they have been considered safe. Another thing that people can be concerned about when it comes to mineral sunscreen specifically instead of chemical sunscreens are nanoparticles, which are used to break down the larger particles of titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, and manufacturers are using these in these physical sun blockers to actually do this and to cut down on the greasy white sunblock stains that we've all known about from the past. So far as we know, having nanoparticles doesn't appear that they're going to penetrate beyond the skin level and migrate into the bloodstream, but that is something that people have been concerned about. And the mineral sunscreen that I use personally, which is this Pacifica mineral sunscreen, this is just the one I'm using right now. I've used lots of different ones. I just happened to pick this one up recently. It says specifically on it that it does not contain nanoparticles, that it's free of nanoparticles. So I think that is something that people are a bit concerned about, but they're looking into. Now, the last step in my skincare routine before we jump into the sunscreens, and I'm very excited about this because I just bought it yesterday. I used it last night, and so far it hasn't broken me out, and I think it's going to be a good product, is the Youth to the People Superfood Air Whip Moisture Cream. It is made with kale, spinach, I kale and spinach and hyaluronic acid. So it is very light, very airy. I'm just gonna mix that down into the skin. Now this is a cruelty-free brand. It is one that I haven't really purchased before because it is fairly expensive. I purchased this at Sephora, but both Raw Beauty Christie has talked a lot about them recently, and so has Skincare by Hiram, whom I love in terms of skincare videos. So I thought I would give this a try. And I really like it so far. So we'll give that a second to seep into the skin. And we'll talk about the last thing that I want to talk about with sunscreen before we go into actually applying it. The last thing I really want to hammer home about sunscreen is, I know we all see products that say SPF 30 foundation or SPF in this primer or whatever. The article I'm going to be referencing here is from HuffPost, and it may not be the most reputable of sources, but the person who wrote it, Eve Pearl, it says she is a 5-time Emmy Award-winning celebrity makeup expert, so at least she knows a fair bit about cosmetics. Now she goes on to say that according to the American Cancer Society, in the last 40 years, skincare is on the rise at over 200%. The American Cancer Society also advises an SPF 15 or greater for protection and to apply it every 2 hours. Just to make sure that you didn't miss that, she reiterates, apply every 2 hours. So that is, I suppose, if you are out in the sun, if you are indoors all day, most of the day, it's probably not going to be as much of a concern. But the beauty industry is overflowing with these makeup products that tout that they have SPF in them, like foundations, like primers, whatever else. Having the amount of SPF that exists within these products, you would have to apply them multiple times every day to hit the level of SPF that it says in them one time, and you certainly wouldn't be hitting the amount that you need for sun protection otherwise. So that's just to say, make sure you're using an actual sunscreen under your cosmetics before you put on any kind of foundations or anything like that. And if it has SPF added into that, well, that's great, that's fine, well and good as well. But make sure you're using an actual sunscreen on top of that. And I am gonna go ahead and put mine on. This one does have a bit of a color to it. It's not really a stark white, which I would prefer when it comes to facial sunscreens, because that cuts down on your white cast. So if you're in any pictures with flash or anything like that, your flashback level goes down, and just the white cast on your skin also goes down. That is the end of this Me Time Musings Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way here to the end on this Groundhog Day and Super Bowl day if you are a fan of football. Our friend old Punxsutawney Phil did not see his shadow this year for the first time in history, 2 years in a row. So that is something to note. We might be having ourselves an early spring, and I hope we get a little bit of snow before then, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe and leave some comments down below. Give this video a share. That would make me so happy. And you don't have to do any of those things. Just thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.